I'm Susan, and welcome to this full body yin class. Today's class will likely be around 30 minutes long, and we will be working through 6 pose holds. We will be holding the poses for about maybe 3.5 minutes before we transition into another pose. There's an app on my phone that has a gong that will ring, and when that gong bell goes off, we will then transition into the next pose, and I will guide you into that pose with modifications if you wish. I recommend that you have props nearby to use, a couple blocks, a strap in case you wish to modify the pose, and please remember to move in a pain-free range. This is a passive hold. So we want to come into this class with our body, our muscles cool. We don't want to have just gone for a run or done some type of aerobic activity and then do the yin class. And if you've taken yin classes with me before on YouTube, I have you come up to the edge of tightness where you can hold the pose and maybe a little bit of discomfort, but not painful. We're never holding an asana in pain. Remember to inhale through your nose, deep into your belly, into the lower diaphragm, and exhale through your nose. I'm going to now encourage that you do longer exhales so you can get the most benefit to your nervous system in this shorter 30-minute yin class. So grab any items that you need, and we will begin. We will be starting in Malasana Garland Pose. So coming up onto our feet, and you may use blocks underneath your hips if you wish. So some people may have the soles of their feet down without blocks. Others may be more up on their toes with blocks underneath their hips to support. And we're going to be walking our palms forward. This is different than the traditional malasana you would do in a hatha or a vinyasa flow. We want to actually have a slight curve to our back right now, because with this curve we are actually compressing the abdominal organs, which improves digestion. In the description for this class, you'll see the benefits of each pose, the meridians that it works, as well as the benefits to the different connective tissues and joints that will be nourishing and lubricating. So finding your pose, closing your eyes if you wish, continuing long, smooth breaths deep into the belly, to the lower diaphragm, behind the belly button, with longer exhales to really ground and soothe that nervous system. Keeping awareness on your breath to create a space of stillness and breath coherence between your mind and your heart. Remember awareness on your breath. If your mind is jumping or spinning, trying to still the mind. Being present with our breath. Gently and slowly coming out of the pose. We will be extending our legs. We're going to put our fingers behind our back and just gaze up and do a mini back bend just to get the lumbar back in an opposite pose, a counter pose. And when ready, we'll be coming into, in yin, they will call it a caterpillar. Many people just call it a seated forward fold, using a strap around your feet if you wish, or just reaching for your toes. And again, coming into a passive hold, finding your tight edge where there's just like discomfort, and you can hold this pose for about 3.5 minutes. Closing the eyes if you wish. Allowing tension to be released from those deeper connective tissues as the pose hold lubricates and nourishes joints, fascia, connective tissues, and ligaments. You may hear some clicks from my wood stove in the background as it heats up, so just continue to hold awareness on your breath to keep your mind still. Gently and slowly returning upright, shaking out the legs. Once again, fingertips behind the hips, gazing up at the ceiling, having the lumbar, lower back be held in the opposite direction for a breath or two. And then we're going to be transitioning into deer pose. I'm using my right leg up front first. So with deer pose, some people will call it 90-90 now, but basically you're trying to get your knee in alignment with your hip, and then your ankle in alignment with your knee. And then for the back leg, it's also at a 90-degree angle. So again, your knee would be as close as it can be beneath your hip, which would be your left hip, and that ankle is going to be in alignment with the knee. So people can feel a stretch in this pose in many different areas. Some people may feel it in the back, the hip. They could feel it within the inner groin area. So it's working different meridians depending on what you feel. Walking down onto your arms. You may be on your forearms, and this is where you stay. You can use a block. You can turn it tall so you can rest your forehead on it. And some may wish to lower down to the mat, their chest, and their belly would be more over their leg. Again, you can put a block flat underneath your forehead, or you can put your head on the back of your hands like this. And some people may wish to extend their arms. Whatever works for you today in this class that you're most comfortable doing. Gently and slowly returning to an upright position. Soles of the feet are on the floor. We're just going to do some windshield wipers, a few, and then transition to the other side for deer. So one side is often tighter than the other. This could be your tighter side, it could be your looser side. So positioning again, 90-90 is what we're trying to do here. And when ready, we'll be coming on to our forearms, or perhaps you're going to lay your chest onto the mat. Closing the eyes here if you wish. Awareness on the breath to keep the mind still, jumping and spinning, allowing the nervous system to release tension and move into a parasympathetic state, rest and digest. Longer exhales. Slowly and gently returning to upright. And some windshield wipers on the legs, back and forth. And then we will be coming onto our backs, coming into Bananasana. So arms are extended overhead. We're going to walk our feet over to the right side first. The left foot crosses over the right, and then you're going to take hold of your right hand and hold on to your left wrist. And you're trying to curve like a banana. This is a lovely side body stretch. Other benefits to this pose are listed in the class description. Closing your eyes here if you wish. Awareness on the breath to keep the mind still. Being present with the breath. Allowing those deeper tissues, ligaments, and joints to be nourished and lubricated. While your breath creates coherence between mind and heart. Also relaxing your nervous system. Slowly transitioning to the other side now. So now we will be walking our feet over to the left side. The right foot crosses over the left, and your left hand will hold on to your right wrist as you now curve this direction, now stretching the right side body. Awareness on your breath. Keep the mind still. Slowly straightening out on your mat, and we will put the soles of the feet on the mat and just windshield wiper our legs back and forth a few times. And then you have an option to come into constructive rest. Your feet can be on the edges of your mat, your knees collapsing inward. Your palms can be resting on your belly. This will support your lumbar back if you have a sensitive lower back. Or you can come into supine reclined butterfly. Your feet are touching and your knees are dropping out to the side. Arms are extended overhead. When ready, transitioning into Shavasana. Arms come by the side of the body, palms facing up, legs are extended. Awareness on your breath as you inhale and exhale through your nose, trying to find a space of stillness, letting your body and mind rest. If your mind starts to jump or spin, simply bring awareness back to your breath. Slowly rolling onto your side, bringing knees up towards your belly. Your head should be resting on your arm. Opening the eyes and slowly coming up to seated. Hip bones are rooted on the mat. Spine is straight, tailbone to crown. Your palms will be resting on your legs. Closing your eyes here for a few more centering breaths. Continuing to create breath coherence between mind and heart. Hands in prayer, Anjali Mudra at the heart space. Holding gratitude for this time and practice on our mats today. Hands in prayer up to the forehead, to the third eye chakra. Embodying vitality in heart and mind. And so it is. Thank you for joining me for this full body yin class. Return to this class as often as needed to nourish and lubricate connective tissues and joints. Until we meet again on the mat, be well.